Greetings, everyone. We are now in Module 5, the exact midpoint of our term. So we are moving right along. Last week you had an opportunity to think about putting together a promotional plan and job search. No matter how great you are and attractive you are as an employee, if you don't have a good job search and promotional plan, you're not going to be able to connect with employers. So it's really crucial that you have a good plan. You don't want to ricochet around without having an organized, coherent plan for pursuing what it is you're interested in. Last week we also looked at Norwegian prisons. We had some videos to look at, and I appreciated many of your comments in the discussion on those prisons. It seems like Norway has come up with some ideas that we might consider emulating in light of the fact that we have such high recidivism rates in this country as compared to Norway, and by the way, as compared to many other countries. There are always differences between countries, so not everything can necessarily be imported from one country to another. But I think that there are quite a number of things that we ought to consider, and it's kind of disturbing there's been so little resistance in looking at more effective systems than our own to try and come up with a better way of doing things. Every time somebody recidivates, goes back into the system, it costs taxpayers a fortune. So from a conservative point of view, it really makes perfect sense to have the most efficient system we can have. We don't want high recidivism rates. Not only does this result in more victims of crime, but also costs that run $20,000 to $40,000 per inmate. So once we have them that first time, we want to do whatever we can to see to it they don't come back into the system. They become productive members of society. We're not doing the best job of that at this point. This week, of course, is a big week because you'll be doing your mock interview. I sent out a brief message a few days ago suggesting that you take a look at this section on doing interviews. It's assigned for Module 5, but some of you have your interviews scheduled early in the week, and it would be a good thing to take a look at that before you do your interview. There's some suggestions that might prove useful to you. Also, make sure to look at the assignment instructions. There are some specific things that you need to pay attention to. In doing your interview. It'll maximize what you can accomplish on this exercise. I do realize a number of you have had plenty of experience in doing interviews, so this is an opportunity to refine the skills you already have. We'll also be looking at, in the sociology jobs book, we'll be looking at some other kinds of careers. And in the Just Mercy book, you'll have an opportunity to learn about the Jennings family, and also consider a Supreme Court case that's pretty important. It's considered one of the landmark cases, the Payne case, one of the landmark cases in our criminal justice system. So I hope you continue to find that book interesting. I have appreciated the observations you've made on the book in our discussions over the course of the term thus far. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to give me a call or send me an email. As you know, I try and get back to them as quickly as possible, same day or next day at the very latest, and phone calls the same day unless they're late in the day. Okay, I look forward to connecting with you on the discussion board, and good luck on those interviews.